a very good evening to all of you, and a good morning and good afternoon probably to some friends who are joining from different parts. Okay, thank you all of you for joining. A warm namaste from me and Pro Thoughts, and we have a special guest with us today. Um, and we are introducing Scaled Agile Framework as an overview, and he is our power speaker. So his name is Phalgun. Phalgun Ramaraju. Phalgun, if you can go to your screen, I will just probably get into a 2-minute thing. And I'm very privileged to introduce Phalgun because when I was looking at his LinkedIn profile, I saw a lot of deep experience of a coach in safe and in agile in particular. Uh, I have not seen such a deep experience with lot many people. So he is a practitioner and a coach and a trainer for almost 2 decades. And he's one of our safe program consultants, okay, SPC, and he will be one of our trainers for ProThought's safe program. And I can see at his wide spectrum of certifications that he has, okay, including the PMP, which ProThoughts is a flagship bearer, but we are now diverging very successfully into the agility space, and SAFE is one of the prime focus areas for ProThoughts in the coming years. So I will not spend much time, but thank you so much, Phalguna, to spend your valuable time and getting a good content for us and for our audience. I would like to hand over it to Phalgun, but before I do that, I just give out, if you can go to the ProThought slide, I will just give a brief about ProThoughts. Okay, so ProThoughts, like most of you are aware, is all about project management. And one thing that we have been slowly adding products and services. Safe is one of our focus areas, like I said. Phalgun, you can go to the next slide. Okay, this is a list of webinars, and we have actually restructured our webinars for on a monthly basis. We have been inviting a lot of guests and power speakers starting from Jan with some exciting topics. For example, we got a Grand Prix director from Dubai who is talking on program management. We are getting someone from Disciplined Agile US who has been a discipline value stream consultant. We are getting some safe experts from Scale Agility as well, along with Phalgun and Mahesh. So we are getting a lot of good things on webinars. You can go through prothoughtsolutions.com project management webinar and register for your webinars and earn that one PDF. So great. I will not spend much time, and over to you, Phalgun. Okay, all yours, and I will be there in the last 15 minutes for question and answers. Thank you so much. I will be a silent listener, Phalgun, with my video off and mute.
Sure. Thank you, Ashish, for the great introduction and setting expectations, huge expectations probably from the participants. Good morning, good evening, and depending on the place from where you are, warm welcome. And at ProThoughts, we are committed to provide the best of the knowledge from the leading experts in different areas that which we have just seen. Thanks to Ashish for showing the areas that we have been helping the society and community with, especially not just the Agile society, but also the non-Agile community like PMP, etc. But we have both the sides experts essentially. Today in this session of hardly about 40-45 minutes and Q&A later, then what we will be learning essentially is what is Scaled Agile framework and why it is becoming so popular, and some core concepts about the SAFE and why SAFE and how it is different for me to learn and spend some time, effort, and energy on learning SAFE, how it is different. It will help you to understand because of the built-in mechanism of SAFE. I would like to emphasize those as we move forward. And also different roles we will speak about. If you are familiar with Agile, otherwise please don't be worried at all. Agile primarily is all role based, like a product owner, scrum master, and the developer, like that. Developer means everybody. We will be focusing on role based certifications and knowledge around those, and what role fits you well in, and basing on your passion and enthusiasm, I mean. And then we will cover about a few certifications, that what we will do and how they help you. Any additional questions, feel free to ask and post on the chat. We'll be happy to answer them, preferably within the time of this webinar. If not, we will get back to you surely. Please post your email ID too if it is needed. Please do not hesitate on that. Today, we'll be talking about one of the leading frameworks called Scaled Agile Framework. We call it SAFE. You see this lowercase e here. This is what is known as SAFE. We call it generally Scaled Agile Framework. Very nicely, it is said as the operating system for business agility. You might have heard of this term called system, and I'm just trying to give you some core concepts also, because some this some takeaways you will be probably um, feeling it better when we explain some terms to you, because many people confuse what the term system is. A system essentially is a mechanism of multiple moving parts, um, which are interconnected, network-like, and it's a complex whole as such. I'm a system, you are a system. The application we are developing is a system. The operating system which we use on your laptops, etc., phones, etc., is a system. Same way, SAFe is essentially best known as an operating system. And for business agility, what is business agility? Business agility is a big term for some of us, but essentially every businesses today want to strive their best to be competitive in producing the best quality products, services, and various results that the business expects, and serving the community and their customers and users with the best possible least cost and the best possible quality of services. So business agility essentially is the ability to compete and thrive in the current digital age that what we are in, by quickly responding to the challenges that what we come across in this real-time world. This is a dynamically changing world, right? Dynamically responding to the changes, at the same time creating and sustaining the change from our side too. So essentially, business agility is that uh, it needs a tremendous amount of effort from everyone in the organization. So coming to this, scaledagileFramework.com, if you have already been to this website anytime in the past, absolutely a great place to go and learn great knowledge. If you go and open this site, I would advise you not to do that honestly, because you can focus here. You can always do that later. scaledagileFramework.com. It's an open knowledge that you can learn from here with all the practices that it safe uses. Um, is inherently in there. You can go in depth into mind-boggling information on this website by clicking on various icons on the Scaled Agile framework. The different configurations are there. You can click on any of these configurations. The icons will lead you to a lot of information that you can learn and improve your own knowledge and become a better professional. So, what is SAFe? It is a mechanism that uses lean, agile, and DevOps, development and operations combined. Essentially, we are looking at the entire organization as one entity, from the concept to the cash that what we receive. That means every department, that every facet of the organization, in other words, we are working together. That's what we earlier talking about the system, right? SAFe helps you to understand an enterprise fully, and what kind of mechanism we need to be putting in place for us to get the best result for our business, so that we strive in this digital age that what we are in. Um, why safe? I'm just, I'll be giving you a lot of information around this, why we need to be learning safe and safe certification, and more to do with the leading safe certification. Essentially, it's built on lean. Lean is essentially the mother of Agile. And Agile has been used extensively by organizations and have been succeeding. And in order to scale Agile, we use lean mechanism, lean concepts, and behind this, the system thinking approaches and lean other practices are applied for highly scaling across the enterprise and delivering throughout. Looking at the DevOps concept, we are not dividing the development and operations. Operations is the core bread earner for the organization. We want to make sure that the operations get what they want quickly, and as a development team, will be delivering them, in hand in glove. That is the whole concept of what SAFe is aiming to do. Another important concept from Mick, from his great book, from project to product. The product-based thinking comes into picture here. SAFe heavily relies on that because the SAFe approach is not going projectized approach. Even the budgeting that what etc. we do in SAFe is product-based and value-driven based. Essentially, what he in his book mentions is organizations that are able to master developing a large-scale software and its delivery would be going to be the really determine the economic landscape of this 21st century, that what we are in. That means that in this digital age that what we are um, in order for us to remain competitive, enterprises need to digitally transform their operations, business solutions, and uh, customer experience, so that the customers will love their products and keep buying their products and stick to their organizations. And imagine the large scale software development and delivery is a, is a Herculean task. And the beauty of SAFe is it provides us a framework to understand from your strategy, enterprise level strategy, to delivering that item on a day-to-day basis. That is the beauty of scaled agile framework. And why we are strongly recommending learning scaled agile framework is because of its built-in component like a lean system thinking, agile that includes Kanban, just-in-time concepts. SAFe provides you the best architecture, let me call it, our operating system to run our large businesses efficiently. Organizations over the last 40 plus years have become monolithic and lethargic due to the hierarchical structures that they have built in over past decades and the kind of culture they created already. Unfortunately, for most of the organizations, it has been becoming a big, excess baggage, and they are unable to get out of that. What SAFe provides essentially is a dual operating system that includes, number one, the entrepreneurial network, wherein people who work within the organizations deliver successful products. Let me call them as entrepreneurial network, which are fast moving networks of people. They exist, and at the same time, we use the hierarchical structure that has been already there, which has been proven for over years, that connects the entire organization for us, the operations that includes the finance, marketing, legal, HR, and all other functions too. So we will see how it is being done. That's what essentially John P. Carter. He's a great author. I would say if you haven't been through one of his great books called Leading Change, he is a change management guru for all purposes for the 21st century, I would say. And he is very closely connected with Harvard, and he publishes a lot of articles around this change management. And in his new book, um, accelerate, we call it accelerate, he writes very clearly the solution for these hierarchical structures are what we created over the period, which is not ready, in fact, to serve to the needs of the 21st digital age that what we are in, to rapidly address the dynamic changes of the market that what we are currently in. In order to do that, the dual operating system, like what I said, the fast moving network of individuals being used with the existing hierarchical structure that is made little more flatter. We will just see that. This is what essentially what he said. We don't need to throw away the hierarchical structure that what we made over period of time, which I am showing you on the right hand side. Here is the structure, which already has been proven, um, which which has been efficiently working, and which has been uh, used in the industry and is stable enough, and that brings in the efficiency and stability, the hierarchical structure, network structure, I mean, is a hierarchical. And if you look at on the left hand side here, this is what I was talking about, the fast moving network of people who are behind this innovation, adaptation, and the speed of change that they create by really understanding what the customer needs are. That means the customer centricity thinking that they have in their minds. These are the individuals. If you have seen any of the existing organizations that are successful, when I say organization, it could be a team as an organization, or an enterprise itself an organization, or a team of teams as an organization. Please think that that way from system thinking point of view when I say organization. So if we think one of the teams is doing great, what really is behind that team is essentially how good they are working together as a team, how good they are collaborating, how good they are understanding the customer's needs, and how good they are realizing those needs technically through products and services. So the speed of innovation is coming from their mindset and cultural thinking. Essentially, the safe recommendation is to marry these two structures here, the fast moving adaptive network structure here on the left hand side, and the hierarchical networks, which is like a departmentalization like that. But however, we are focusing on a key concept here called value streams. Means um, most of you might have been already been realizing that Agile is all about value-based delivery, value-based planning, value-driven planning, I mean, value-based delivery approach. So how is that value being delivered from our strategic thinking, which is called the portfolio on the top side here, right? And the bottom part here, if you can see my mouse moving, this is essentially where we are delivering. So the fast moving network of individuals who are innovative, creative thinking, and highly adaptive to the needs of our customers, and customer centricity thinking individuals with excellent culture of let's work together and learn together and excel together mindset. They are delivering this value that the portfolio from the business point of view wants the organization to deliver in a value driven approach. And this knowledge you will be learning in one of the high level courses called Leading Safe, which we call Safe Agilist certification, which at the end of this will be giving a little more details about what this course is more into. Like essentially, this is a dual operating system, which what we call in a scaled agile point of view. If you look at today, the industry, a lot of industry, be it due to the pandemic that what we are currently in, or otherwise too, if you have seen organizations like, the roadside, small um, shops wherein you buy the day-to-day essentials from that include rice, etc., to automotive cars. If you think they are not software companies, that's not right. Why I'm saying that is essentially these organizations are dependent on software. For example, today they're all tied up with companies like Amazon or GeoMart or Flipkart, etc. They're all selling their products. The small roadside shops are delivering through organizations like Swiggy. I'm just giving some names. Probably these are Indian names. My apologies for others from different countries if you are not familiar with these names. But essentially, what I mean to say is these every smaller and mid-sized companies that are operating small shops operating in everywhere have the opportunity to connect with other organizations to sell their products beyond their locality and the region too. That's where the software integrations today, bigger companies like Amazon, Google, and all are stepping onto the payment side and other areas too. If you have seen that, I'm referring to your Google Pay or Phone Pay or whatever, Amazon Pay, etc., etc. That means the software usage is everywhere. That's what is the importance of building the software, and especially large scale software is what we are referring to at SAFE. Um, Automotive industries, if you see today, whether it is BMW, Mark or Tesla, you need a lot of other cars are there, Audi, etc., etc. These are not truly automotive alone. They are being run through the software. The software firmware is totally updated, frequently on the cars that drive automatically to the destinations we want. That will show the health of the car too, and they take a lot of decisions while we are happily enjoying the drive as end user. Why I'm trying to refer to that is essentially that is the large scale software we are referring to here. Oh, business agility. By now you understood the term what business agility, at least in a vague sense that it is the competitiveness that what we as an organization are creating among ourselves as a business through the people and the model that what we are in. In order for us to build that, we need to have various components like a technical agility and portfolio level commitment, business level commitment, in order for us to deliver the value successfully to our customers at a highly competitive prices and cost. So in order for us to do that, all the departments, all the facets of the organizations that what we within our enterprise have, they need to be working together as a model, as a mechanism of interconnected parts, as a system, I mean to say, that we are in the game together. That should be their attitude. For example, we help a lot of organizations in transforming to business agility using SAFE and other frameworks and methods too. Wherein, for example, look at the banking organizations. When we are making a screen or an app or a feature to the customers, we need to be taking our legal consensus around those marketing inputs too, because we are connected to a hyper market today in this fast moving digital age that what we are in. So what I mean to say by this is the finance, other departments, etc., are interconnected. And the beauty of scale digital framework is it helps us to connect together to get the business results. The business results just do not come like that. We need to be working together. It's not that our thinking is that we are a development team alone. Not really. We need to be, we are connected. We come across a lot of implementations, right? Wherein every feature that what we develop goes through all these, it needs to have the legal okay and compliant before we finalize the initial specifications of it. We'll get the legal approval and sign off for it for including all things before we make it. And that's how integrated it is. A simple example I want to tell you with one instance like that. So again, the beauty of SAFE is it provides us a lot of customizable configurations depending on the size of the organization we are in. Safe provides you to use different configurations that you can use the right away in our implementation. Essential configuration, the bottom one I'm referring to here, is essentially the lowest level configuration that we need, irrespective of whether we are working with 5 teams or 50 teams or 100 teams. We need to be having this, the lowest level mechanism of configuration called essential safe, we call it. The portfolio level, portfolio safe, we call it, is the portfolio part here on the top here. You see a thin line here, the portfolio part, and I'm referring to this line. The portfolio part and this essential part together is portfolio configuration. And the large solution essentially is we do not need the portfolio configuration, but we are delivering solutions that need more and more people. Here, essentially, we are referring to up to 125 people. Up to 125 people. Here, we are referring to multiples of 125 people, or maybe 125 people plus another 50 people, like that. So if I call this one agile release train, which is nothing but a virtual team of teams, we need many teams of teams. Teams of teams is a set of teams, like these multiple sets. So that, for example, I was referring to autonomous driving cars, or a large solution like a turnkey project, an oil and gas industry solution or so, which connects across various suppliers, systems, etc. I'm referring to a large solution like that. Otherwise, most of the times we are in this area. And a full configuration is essentially every element of SAFe that includes the portfolio, large solution, as well as the essential, all the 3 levels, in other words. You will learn this much in these Scaled Agile courses, and more to do with leading safe course. You will be learning all these in detail enough for you. And once you really learn Scaled Agile framework, the beauty is you don't need to be really, even if your organization is currently not following SAFe and using SAFe, you can still do an excellent job in your existing environment with this knowledge, that what we learn out of this learning from this course, that what you learn out of Scaled Agile, leading safe course, I mean to say, Safe Agility certification. I was trying to tell you about this is the full-blown configuration, or full safe configuration, we call it, which includes the portfolio mechanism and large solution and the essential safe part 2. I'll just give a little introduction here to it, not much in detail for now, but for those who are interested, why SAFe course we do recommend is SAFe relies on, and it is not just made like that. SAFe is built on lean, agile system thinking concept, which have been proven for over a decade and has been extensively used and yielded a lot of results, best results to a lot of organizations. How it is made? It is through the contribution from various practitioners like us who have been contributing, and we have the opportunity to submit any suggestion to SAFe. This is the revision number 6, sixth major revision that what we are in. Version 5.1 currently. This underwent 6 revisions already. 6 revisions. That means a lot of contribution from practitioners across the globe. Again, why SAFe? Because in one course, you will learn, especially I'm referring to this SAFe Agilist course, you will learn 7 key competencies that any organization, be it small or large or largest organization, needs in order for it to strive and get the best for its business agility. 7 competencies. These are those 7 competencies we are referring to. Lean agile leadership thinking, continuous learning culture, team and technical agility, product delivery, solution delivery, and portfolio management competency, and organizational agility competency. Once we understand what these competencies are, you will appreciate and they will help you irrespective of the kind of role you play and whatever organization that you are in, because essentially all the organizations said or not need to be mastering these competencies in order for them to um, excel and strive to be competitive and staying afloated in and sustaining within this in this highly competitive market. The beauty is SAFE provides us the 4 core values and the lean agile mindset thinking and principles. Inherently, these we provide the leadership thinking. And the beauty of SAFE is it is not just made like that. With a lot of practitioners contributing, we made an excellent roadmap for implementation of SAFE, so that we operate in a structured step-by-step approach, so that organization sustains the change, because SAFE is built on keeping in view of the concept called change management concept. If you understand the change management landscape and concept, when we are transforming the organization to new ways of working, we should be doing not just like that. We need to have a plan in place and measuring how good we are progressing, so that we ensure that we are going in the right direction and approaching the target that what we want to realize. So the implementation roadmap helps us in that direction. If you go to the Scaled Agile framework later and click on any of these icons, you can learn more. We will cover various roles in SAFE, especially the most popular roles like the product owner, Scrum Master, and the Agile team, we call it here, and the other roles we'll be covering in. Most of us would be operating within this essential SAFE area. However, if you are a SAFE agilist with at least usually 7+ years of experience behind you, you would be probably leading some teams and so providing the transformation support at the same time leading change. So you would be working with at this level too, while supporting at this level too, depending on the role you are in. That is the beauty of SAFE. These value streams provide a structured approach to deliver value to our customers. We provide the right solutions, and the flow information flows like this. Right? Our enterprise strategy is translated into the solutions on a day-to-day basis at the essential SAFE level, so that we all are aligned and the entire organization is moving like a train, like as if all the wheels are moving and all the compartments are moving at the same pace. That is the beauty of Scaled Agile framework. You will understand all this comprehensive knowledge once we attend any of our courses. Excuse me. Oh, like I said, SAFE Scaled Agile framework has been evolving over a decade with a contribution from practitioners across the globe. And today, if you see, we are close to about a million practitioners, professionals across the globe. These numbers are about few months ago. The numbers are increasing, almost like thousands every day. And you see a lot of organizations have been using SAFE. SAFE has many partners, and the beauty is you are in the right hands with a branch partner with you and my friend and colleague, Ashish would be giving more details on it. And again, if you look at scaled agile framework, scaled agile community is there. You would be becoming a member of it, and we have a lot of summits that are going, and we keep conducting safe days kind of workshops, full day workshops, and webinars like this to provide the knowledge, for the people where they can contribute and again join us to spread the knowledge for the community. That's how we ensure that we are helping the business transformations by bringing in the best business agility with the knowledge and participate in the digital transformations. If you look at these numbers here, these are the numbers that are safe customers, scaled agile framework customers spoke. These are numbers are not at all um, tampered or cooked up by us. These are the numbers that the customers sent. The data is collated and just these numbers are reached. After started using scaled agile framework implemented at their workplace, they said they have 50% faster time to market achievement. Time to market, in fact, is improved by 50% is what they said. That means that we have become competitive and a lot of return on investment or money that what we spend is repaying sooner. We don't need to be paying too much cost for our borrowed money or funded money, right? Interest on that we can save. That way, we also retain our customers and get into new markets, and a lot of benefits behind this if you really understand how it helps. And increase in productivity. Productivity increase in fact inherently helps in improvement of employee morale, employee engagement, employee satisfaction. These two honestly keep going in with my years of my decades of experience. I've been seeing that as the employees are happy and they work, the productivity goes. They both are hand in glove. Okay, productivity improves. As a passionate employee, committed employee, you would come back and say, "Hey, this process is not working. Well, let's change this." That's what SAFE provides you as a mechanism to improve the culture, and then naturally the productivity improves. So organizations that have been using SAFE, even because of this mindset that what we inject in during our trainings and coaching at the workplace on the floors day-to-day basis, people keep thinking in the new way of doing work. And what is my role in there? And what is that I need to do? And what is that I expect from others? And we create such a culture. That's where the employees said that, hey, there is an improvement in productivity. It's not just coming just like that. Quality improvement. Naturally, once we understand things and work well as a collaborated team and a team of teams, a large team of multiple teams, the quality improvements fall in place automatically with the built-in quality concept of value that what we have in SAFE. One of the core values is built-in quality. So these are the numbers I mean to say, and the beauty is SAFE is not just while it's profit-oriented organization as such, but we are committed to humanity, and we do provide 1% to various communities that deserve upliftment. So as an enterprise benefits, at the same time, individuals are also benefited by learning and practicing SAFE. There are few of the customer, which the names of whose we are very familiar probably, right? Some of these, you also might be already working here or familiar with. Some of these are private, some of these are government organizations, but they are not just large organizations, but they're also medium size as well as other organizations in addition to these. The result that what we got earlier here, not just from these larger organizations, but SAFE in no way influenced these numbers, like what I said. Right? If you want to learn more about how SAFE help a lot of organizations, look at this customer stories, Skilled Agile customer stories tab. If you go there and go to this page, and you would learn more than 40 documented customer stories right away there, which you can learn how they implemented SAFE and how it benefited them in more detail. If you are wondering what SAFE course will help shape my career, with this, here are some of the, like what I said, any agile transformation and agile journey is all about role-based responsibilities. So depending on your current role, you can choose what role you think would well fit for you. And here is a tentative list that what we experience. Executives and managers and team leads, project leads, all fall within this area, I would say. Leading safe is the coach that would help them. And consultants and who train, who coach lot of organizations like us, we go for implementing safe. While safe agile is, which is nothing but leading safe, safe agile is also help in implementation within the organization. But here, these people are ideally from external organizations like us. As pro thoughts, we help organizations transform for business agility. We as the implementation specialists go there. But most of the people we train will become safe agilists, and within that organization, they'll be supporting us as the species, essentially. I mean, that's how we differentiate them simply. And entire business is essentially divided into three areas. The product part, product or business part, right? The technology part, and the people part. The people part is the Scrum Master. The product part is the product owners. Product and business part is the product owners and product managers. The technology is the development teams, agile teams, etc. That include the architects, etc. So depending on from which facet you are in and what is your career expectations, you would be more than happy to choose your path. Essentially, we want to cover those key parts. And if you want to go deep into these 7 core competencies of business agility, here are these 7. I was just showing you in the full safe implementation, full safe configuration too. I was reading about these, how they help. The beauty is each of these competency is further divided into 3 dimensions. Okay, like the mindset and principles, one dimension in this, leading by example, leading safe, leading change. So lean agile leaders have a different mindset and different way of doing things in the new lean agile ways of working. This section talks about that. I mean, this competency talks about that, how we organization need to be thinking and doing differently and developing our people. The next one is about how we improve about the team and technical agility within the organization. And it has got 3 dimensions. Each competency is divided further into 3 dimensions, and we measure how good we are doing on each of these 3 dimensions in each of these competencies. That is where we get the assessment as to how good we are progressing as an organization in transforming ourselves to the new ways of working, and how good our culture is improving, and where we need to be tuning to uh, improve ourselves as an organization. That helps us. The next dimension is agile product delivery. Again, it talks about customer centric thinking and delivering the solutions at the essential safe level. Essentially, if you see that the real delivery happens here. The idea is not to go detail into this, but we want to focus on these 7 competencies and the 3 dimensions within each of them, and how these 3 dimensions can be measured. This is a portfolio competencies. Without portfolio competencies, the organization cannot strive in the long run, because the strategic direction, strategic investment, and funding related decisions are taken and governed from the portfolio side. And the beauty of the leading safe course is you would be understanding how portfolio is being done, and you would be having a lot of haha moments in this course when we learn about how portfolio implementation is being done. So the organizational agility is another competency. It is essentially talking about organization wide. If you want to deliver, I was talking about multiple trains or multiple large teams of teams, more than 125 people needed. Those kind of business solutions, how can deliver that competency we need to be improving as an organization. And this dimension talks about that, and how we create lean thinking people and changing the culture. This is what I was talking about. Culture brings us 80% of the success within the organizations, believe me. As a coach with 2 decades of experience coaching organizations, I'm telling 80% of the success of any organization is through its culture. Culture means the people and the mindset they are in, how good they are collaborating and how good they are understanding each other and working together, sustaining together, cultivating and creating the culture of let's learn and grow together. So, how good our strategy is helping us. That is the dimension. There are the 3 key dimensions under that competency. Continuous learning culture. One of the great books, um, Peter Singh's book, The Fifth Dimension. If you read that, if you have read that, continuous learning organizations only succeed. I'm actually happy that all of you who joined on this webinar are definitely uh, learning culture and learning minded individuals. That is the enthusiasm and passion you have. That's what brought us here together today on this call. And essentially, that learning mindset, that inspect, adapt, and learn how good this is working from a small process point of view, or a product functionality point of view, or whatever it is, and being open and receptive to new ideas, new thinking, and feedback for improving at various levels, be it individual level or team level or others, all essentially inherently fall within this. Um, how good our customer is enjoying the product, and what is the feedback we are getting from our customer, and how we are incorporating that feedback back into our development, and how closely we are working with our operations to get the feedback, etc., etc., and how closely we are working with within the organization, including our technical teams, legal, HR, and others, as an ecosystem of interconnected um, services and parts, as a large organization that brings in the success for us together. And this competency is talking about those. So one dimension to it is being a learning organization and continuously improving. Relentless improvement and continuous improvement is we use the term called relentless improvement, just like our continuous improvement concept, and innovative and creative culture that what each of us bring in as individuals. Now that the 7 competencies you will be understanding once you are into SAFE, and these would be the lifelong learning opportunities for you to excel yourself as individual, irrespective of wherever you are in. Be it you have the opportunity to be working in safe or not. And this is the implementation roadmap I was just talking about. Implementing a scaled agile framework is not an easy task. We need a lot of people and a lot of a structured approach, and this helps us to move there. I was just talking about the 21 dimensions under these 7 competencies. Under each of those, for example, has three. For example, lean agile leadership, for example, 3 dimensions. Like this, everything has a three dimensions, and this gives us the radar chart to see how good we are progressing from here to probably to better levels. Here are the role-based trainings that what we do. With that, we are done. Welcome to understand more about SAFE, and we are eager to see you joining the SAFE community of close to a million uh, listeners.
Yeah. Oh, okay. So thanks.
Okay.
Yeah. So I think we can open up for question
And then
and
Ashish.
yeah. Thanks,
Okay.
Falgun. I think um, what I got it that the information or the knowledge is overwhelming, and I think no, that talks a lot about the scaled agile framework. I think it's a very overwhelming information, and there is a lot of deep thought in talking about things, and I think that's why it is so successful, and why many organizations are adopting scaled agile and safe framework. So I think that has a lot of practical applicability as well. So thank you so much. I would like to open for questions and answers. So anyone who has a question and answer can put it in the chat, please, and I will be happy to moderate that and give it to Falgun for question and answer. Is there any other slide after this, Falgun?
I I do not think so, except this what we have in plan.
Oh yeah.
I
So
do not.
okay. So just this slide. Okay, we are going to have a workshop on leading safe, which is for we call it Safe Agilist on the 22nd and 23rd of Jan in the new year. I think that's a good new year resolution. So I think anyone interested can drop a mail to us. I think that's the next slide. Yeah. Okay. So any questions, anyone? Please type in the chat or the question answer uh, panel. I'm happy to answer. No questions as of now. Okay. In the meanwhile, I will launch a poll for you guys. Please put your okay choices on this. Okay. I think Veer has a question. Okay. Joby and Veer has a question. So Joby, what's the cost and eligibility criteria for training? Um, So cost, okay, we will mail you, Joby. We are not decided, but okay, it will be a great introductory offer. Okay, and eligibility criteria, Falgun, you would like to take that for leading safe certification?
Sure, sure. Thank you. Anyone with some prior experience in basic understanding of Scrum or Kanban or mix of these two together would be more than eligible for the Safe Agilist course. And ideally, 5+ years of experience is suggested. Ideally, I have seen even 4+ years of experience joining earlier in the past because they have worked in excellent opportunities earlier. So, what I mean to say that is usually this course is done by people with 8 to 10 years of experience, 8+ years of experience, but even less is okay. But some understanding of Scrum and Kanban is needed. Otherwise, what generally we are doing is this course itself has got Scrum understanding. We are spending a little more effort in doing there
Okay.
for them to catch up.
Okay, excellent. Okay, thank you so much, Falgun. Guys, please fill the poll. That will really help. And just a gentle reminder. And there was another question from Veer that he has 16 years of experience as a program manager. Which certification would you recommend?
Absolutely. Safe Agilist is the best certification to start with because it helps you to understand a concept called PI planning, program increment planning, we call it. It's for those who understand the basic agile, it's like your release level planning. A planning that is done with up to 125 people for the next, a quarter to 3 quarters, depending on the organization. How we can realize this plan, what are the various features that what we need to deliver to our customers, this PI planning concept, and how that is delivered, not only planning and how this plan is delivered, you will be understanding in this course. Not only these two core parts, which help you on a day-to-day basis, but you will understand how the portfolio functions and how a large solution is also delivered. And these mechanisms would give you excellent opportunity to, strengthen your knowledge and be well equipped with the future. Right? The Safe Agilist course is strongly recommended for people with 10 plus of years experience. And once they do this course, they would have a lot of knowledge, and they would be an excellent person in the organization to help transformation also, support the transformation also within the organizations. Whether it's within safe or not, doesn't
Okay,
really matter.
okay,
This
okay.
knowledge will help.
Okay. Brilliant. Thank you so much, Falgun. I think that's a great idea to do that. Yeah. That's the most popular certification as well, Veer, in the SAFE framework. Other question, we'll take this last question. And can you help to differentiate the terms SAFE, Lean, Agile, Scrum, and Kanban?
Okay, excellent. I might want to use a whiteboard here. Is that okay?
Yeah.
Okay. Lean is everything. Okay. Lean is everything. I would say Kanban comes here. Kanban, please read this as Kanban. And I put Agile here. Okay. You have to excuse my mouse handwriting.
Yeah, that's okay. Yeah.
Right. And within Agile, you have like Scrum. Let me put like Scrum, Extreme Programming, DSDM, various flavors of Agile. Some 17 flavors Agile has. If you have been to the agilemanifesto.org, you would understand that that includes Agile Unified Process, feature-driven development, etc., etc. Scrum is the most popular framework that you are aware of. Extreme programming is a great methodology that includes a framework like Scrum at the same time practices too. Kanban is by default a linear approach, but the beauty of Kanban is it works in iterative approaches too. After all, what is iteration? It's a point of time, right? These are iteration 1, 2, 3, 4. They are falling on a date. What Kanban by default is linear, but it works with the iterative. Agile by default is iterative in approaches. So lean is the mother of agile, I would say. That is why once you learn lean and with a concept called a proven contemporary concept called systems thinking approach, which SAFE teaches you, systems thinking approach plus lean, and SAFE also talks about the lean product development. Lean product development. These three approaches would give you a comprehensive knowledge. So coming back to other part of the question, what is safe? Okay, I said safe is Agile has been working for the organizations. So in order to reap the benefits at higher level, larger organizations, has been excellently working for small teams of 1 to 10 teams, 1 to 5 teams, 6 teams, 10 teams like this. But what if we have 100 teams that are working together, 100 teams of 10 people each, 1,000 people? Then Agile becomes difficult because you need to be structured for it to work. And SAFe provides you a structure of scaling mechanism, which I specifically did not say. Okay. In order for you to achieve the business agility at scale, business agility at scale is achieved through SAFe. So scaling models, if I put scaling models, these are scaling models and mechanisms. SAFe is one of them. DAD is another one, right? Nexus 45 model. Okay. So SAFe is the leading framework which is used by lots of organizations. If my memory is correct or understanding is correct, around 30% of the organization who have been using Agile are using SAFe in the recent survey.
Okay.
SAFe is a scaling mechanism. That's what I said. That it's an operating system for enterprise scalability. So
Okay.
how is, for example, Nexus is nothing but Scrum. There is another one called LESS. E lowercase, L capital, E lowercase, S capital, and S uppercase. I meant to say LESS, less. Less is again built on Scrum, large scale Scrum we call it. These are all scaling. This is scaling Scrum only, but SAFe uses the lean concept
Okay.
and
Great.
a system thinking concept, which is an approach for providing solutions for the challenges that what we have, and a lean product development approach. And in addition to these, it includes the change management approaches so that the transformation that what we are doing as part of the change does not fall back just like this. When we are trying to climb, we do not fall back just like this. So it is like a step-to-step approach for transformation. The change management approach I was talking about, that roadmap, etc., with the mindset transformation of change. I hope that answers that great question that someone asked.
Yeah, that was a brilliant question. I think that was a brilliant answer as well. I think pictorial whiteboards are really nice. I love that. So thanks, Falguna. And I think it was a great session because I think the information is overwhelming. I know, and I would recommend everyone to read about SAFe. And I think in the 2022, I promise that ProThoughts will come with a lot of content for you to read through that. And the world is changing, and what I understand, be it SAFe, disciplined agile, Scrum, whatever it is, things are changing, and you need to also change. The outer is changing, the inner should also be peace with that outer thing change that we are happening. So I think it's a great promise, and for professionals like you to know about different things that are happening in the industry. So once again, I would love to thank Falgun. And Falgun, if you can go to the earlier stage, if you have any queries, you can drop a mail to info@prothoughts.co.in and either call us on that. Okay. So we will send you an automated message, okay, after this webinar about all the details that you may require. So thank you so much, all of you, for the attending the webinar, and will coming with many exciting content and information and knowledge on SAFe. Thank you, Falgun, once again. Goodbye.
Thank you, Ashish. Thank you all for your enthusiasm and time
Thank you.
today.
Bye.
See you sometime again. Bye-bye.
Bye bye.